Hello, creators. Here's the scoop on our virtual group coaching and in-person retreat schedule for 2025 and 2026. We are offering our 3-month weekly virtual coaching group starting March 11th, 2025. It runs weekly for 12 weeks. It's an amazing, affordable option to get the support you need in an environment with other wellness business owners going through the same experiences that you are. It's limited to 8 people, so you really do get an individualized experience out of it as well. You can find all of the details and apply for the group by heading to wellnesscentercreators.com/group-coaching. Our next in-person retreat will take place on September 22nd through 25th, 2026. We will open early bird registration in 2025, so be on the lookout for that. You can learn more about the retreat and which track will be the right fit for you by heading to wellnesscentercreators.com/retreats. Both of these offerings are great for business owners at any stage of their business, and feel free to email me directly at Kendall@wellnesscentercreators.com with any questions. Before we get into today's episode, I'd like to take a moment to chat about our sponsor, Jane, a clinic management software and EMR. Your evenings and weekends should be spent with loved ones, not chasing down your patients and clients for payment. That's why Jane has designed a secure payment solution that helps reduce the amount of time you spend manually following up with patients. Clients can save their credit card details and insurance policy information securely through your intake form, which can then be conveniently processed after your time together. And if they've got an outstanding balance, you can send a payment request via email or SMS that allows your patients to pay off their balance online from the comfort of their homes. To see how Jane can help you reclaim your after-work hours, head to jane.app to book a personalized demo. Or if you're ready to get started, you can use the code WELLNESS1MO at the time of sign-up for a 1-month grace period applied to your new account. Hi there, and welcome to the Wellness Center Creators Podcast. I'm Kendall Hagenson.
And I'm Anna Rudell. We're thrilled to have you join us on this journey of creating innovative, patient-centered wellness centers.
As experienced health and wellness providers, we've seen firsthand the challenges of delivering comprehensive, holistic care to our patients.
That's why we created this podcast, to share the knowledge, strategies, and insights we've gained from our own experiences and from connecting with experts in the field.
Each episode, we'll dive into a different aspect of building and growing a successful wellness center, from developing a strong multidisciplinary team to implementing cutting-edge technologies and treatment approaches.
We'll also share practical tips, resources, and real-world examples to help you overcome common obstacles and streamline your processes.
Our goal is to empower you with the tools and confidence you need to create a thriving wellness center that truly makes a difference in your patients' lives.
So whether you're just starting out or looking to take your existing practice to the next level, you're in the right place.
Get ready to learn, grow, and be inspired. Let's create something amazing together.
Welcome to the Wellness Center Creators Podcast. Welcome back to the Wellness Center Creators Podcast. I am Anna and I'm here with Kendall today. And we are discussing, hi Kendall, we're discussing work-life balance, really.
Work-life balance, work-life integration. You know that I don't love the word balance, but we can
What's wrong with
it.
the word balance, Kendall? Come on,
Well,
with it.
Because, and my coach, Paul, always talks about this, where if you're really trying to balance things, like if you picture yourself physically holding all of these items, at some point, balls are going to drop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really more about, and I think most of us mean integration when we say balance, right? That what we're hoping for in owning our own business is that we can go to our kids' school and see their project when we need to, that we can build our own schedule. We can have our weekends, that we can go on vacation and we can feel integrated and grounded.
Mm-hmm. How often does that happen for you?
For me personally?
Yes.
Anna knows the answer. Truthfully, it depends on the phase of my life. I often do, joke about the irony of business ownership, of especially when you are the owner and the leader of the team. If you're still doing any of the day-to-day stuff or managing people and hiring and all of that, you're going to get calls on your vacation sometimes.
Most
and
times.
You're going to, most times. If you've listened to any of the past 5 episodes, you will know that Anna and I get calls and texts whenever we take time off. And that's just the reality of where we're at in our clinic journey right now. So, do I feel like I have work-life integration? Yes and no. Yes, in a lot of ways where I've created something that also benefits my own health. So, the environment that I work in is very positive and calm and serene. And that matters. I can have any healthcare appointment, most types that I need, within my own team when I need. And I get a massage every week. It's a big way that I, have managed my pain. So those things are really important, and those are integrated into my life and into my schedule. And I do have a very strong boundary with myself of keeping those self-care things and appointments outside of our clinic for my own health. I am good about that. I would say where I overstep my own boundary is going to be things like working when other people think I probably shouldn't be working, or being available to our team in that way of, well, if someone has again, air quotes, normal 9-to-5 job Monday through Friday, that's not my job. My job is to support our team when they need support, and also let them know when I'm not available. And I'm pretty good about it. The times when we are needing to recruit and hire and onboard unexpectedly, I absolutely fall out of integration and balance every time, because it's about, we need to turn this around quickly, or else it has a really negative impact financially or energetically or morale wise or whatever, that the ripple effect is so large that I'm going to go ahead and cross my own boundaries. The problem with that is that ends up happening more than we would want throughout the year. Right. So I think that's the biggest kind of category where I easily just fall out of integration.
I don't think,
How
though,
about
as
you?
business owners, I don't think that it's feasible really to manage a full, quote, air quotes, integration the whole time. Part of the joy of business ownership to me is that during those times of transition and creativity, we give ourselves permission to jump in and spend extra hours and, think. Instead of watching TV, you're there, eyes on the TV, but you're actually thinking about the business. And that can go on for weeks or months.
And it's all about having choice.
Right. Exactly. If you can maintain the fact that you're making the decision to spend your creative time and energy thinking about the business in that moment, then I don't consider it a falling off of boundaries at all.
Yeah, I like that reframe.
Yeah. I would say I'm probably more rigid about my personal time than you are. I don't ever answer an email or a text, usually on the weekend. And it's something we've worked quite hard on in our clinic, is trying to get the practitioners that are working different hours. So we have a whole crew that work the weekends and the days around it, to understand that just because they're working those times does not mean I'm on during that time. And if there is a communication, then it's my preference to have an alert as to how urgent do I really need to step out of my life at this moment and take care of it.
Exactly. Yeah. So Dr. Josh, our friend Dr. Josh, he sent us in some questions around this topic. So I think we should answer them for him. He wanted to know, do we talk business with our partners or spouses at home?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
100%. Because my partner, he is an up-level manager. And so when, a crisis happens and we're not in our office or home environment, I can say to him, what's the appropriate course of action here? How much information should I be communicating to the team? Mm-hmm. How much information? What's the appropriate thing to write here? And he's really helpful with that.
I think it's so helpful in certain situations, right? It can definitely go too far and become stressful. But my partner is an engineer. And so his brain really provides a perspective that mine doesn't. Mm-hmm. And so that is really helpful at certain times, where one might need a spreadsheet. He is there.
And he can make a spreadsheet. Oh, God bless those people.
Oh, man. He can do spreadsheets all day, every day. He's just so happy. It's a creative process for him. It's wild to me. But I do talk business with him. And also, to be honest, I think this is what Josh is looking for, is a really honest answer around at what point does it become a problem? Because when there's stress in the business, and you're bringing, just like any job, if you're bringing the stress of your job home and really putting that on your partner, right? There are ways to do that are healthier and more productive versus sometimes we need to vent. Sometimes we just need someone to listen and, understand that we're dealing with something stressful. But if you're going through like a really stressful phase, or if your business finances start to impede your personal finances, right? Because let's be honest, as business owners, for our listeners, there might have been a time, or maybe it's happening right now, where you have had to decide, am I going to finance this with some personal money right now? This expansion, or we had this big loss of a profit center of a provider or service. What are we going to do? So that's where it can become very, very stressful and can dip into this like business partner type mode of discussion versus helpful advice or, mentorship utilizing each other's skill sets. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
No, I think you articulated it very well. Personally, I don't talk to my partner about that at all. Even the expansion was news to him. There was a sort of look of shock. Yeah. I've been thinking about this for the last 3 months, and he sort of looked at me and had no idea. I clearly hadn't brought him in on all this, because I go internal. I really work the things through. And then I present them to him. It's clearly
I'm like that too. Yeah.
Because I don't want his I don't want his guttural response without. I need the backing. I need to show, well, this is the thought process behind it. This is the projection. This is what I've considered, and then then we're in a place to have a discussion.
Yeah, that's smart. I think sometimes I like to kind of talk through it more and explain to my partner, like, this is what I've been thinking about. I've been having an urge to, do something more creative or expand this way. And I think that stresses him out a lot to hear the beginning stages of an idea.
Yeah.
I should probably take a page out of your book.
Well, it's not a conscious thing, Kendall. It's definitely just the
it's how
way
the brain operates.
Yeah.
So,
but I do think it's useful to utilize your partner's skill set at times.
absolutely. I think a lot of helping professionals are actually partnered up with more engineer types or left brain people.
Yeah.
I've noticed that. So Josh wants to know if we talk about the business with our kids.
Well, the kids overhear. The kids
They
tend
hear
to
everything.
They overhear, don't they? There's a discussion. And then at the least opportune moment, usually, a question comes back about something that you might have been venting about. So I try not to say anything about business in front of them.
I try to be really careful. My kids are 10 and almost 7 now, and they understand everything, and they hear everything. But so I just try to be really mindful, because they come to my business and they will say things out loud without understanding, So the other day, it was like, I don't know, maybe a month ago, and I was on the phone with a provider who we were having a conversation about. Now it's just come to it that it's not a good fit. And it was pretty mutual. But my kids came home from the bus, and I was in the dining room, and they heard my side of the conversation. And even before I'm off the phone, my daughter goes, "Are you firing someone?"
Yes.
And I was like, "Yes, shush, yes." I was like, "No, just shush. But yeah, we try to be mindful. But also on the flip side of that is I do try to involve my kids in our business, that they are learning. They do like to know like what it means to be a leader and what it means to own your own company. And, they have a lot of questions like, "Mommy, like, could you get fired?" And like things like that. They want to know, like, how does it work? And they like coming here, and they do receive services here. And so in that way, I like to integrate them as much as possible. We just had a 10th birthday party at the spa location with all the best gal pals, so that stuff is really fun. But we try to be very mindful about the behind the scenes business talk with the kids.
Right. Yeah. As much as possible.
Josh wants to know if we ever work on the couch at home.
Really? I rarely work on the couch.
I sometimes work rarely on the couch. I sometimes work in my bed with a desk thing, like a pillow desk thing. I like to be cozy and comfortable. Also, I don't have an office at my house, which is probably surprising to our listeners. Our house was built in 1940, and we're just having a space issue. But we decided, mostly as a family in agreement, that very soon we're going to be shifting some things around in our home so that I can have an office that has a door that closes. So,
lovely. That's huge.
It's pretty important. I do work from home, at least 3 to 4 days a week. So the dining room desk is not working anymore.
Understood. Yeah, that's a toughie. I do work from home in an office, so that is why I don't work on the couch.
Yeah, you have a beautiful office at home. You don't need to work on the couch. Last question from Josh. How do you prevent it from consuming your home life? How do you prevent work from consuming your home life, Anna?
Well, I take a lot of time off, and I'm unapologetic about it. And you should see Kendall nodding right now. And as I say, I don't work on the weekends unless necessary. I'll jump in, as necessary, but there is a very conscious thought around that. And typically our home life, it really revolves around, well, it doesn't revolve, it's chaos, to be honest, from the moment school finishes to the moment we all get into bed. So there's no real way for work to even enter those moments.
I second that. I mean, there's just, yeah, even if I wanted to, it's like, it's just all consuming when the kids get home. And I allow that, it's like, yes, I'm going to be present for this and it's going to be chaotic. And then we're going to go to bed. And then after that, I don't have energy to work. I think for me, one of Josh's questions was like, do you have a boundary? Like, do you not work after 7 p.m.? And it's like, I couldn't work after 7 p.m. if I wanted to. My own energy and the way with my health journey, I just don't have energy at that time of night. So sometimes people will kind of give me, kind of joke with me about like, Kendall, you sent me an email at 6 a.m. And it's like, yeah, that's when I have energy and when I'm starting my day, and I might jump on and do some emails before I have my first meeting. And that feels normal to me. So I don't feel like I'm working outside of my boundary.
Right.
If it's 8 p.m. and a team member wants to have a phone call, I will say no, unless it's a major, major emergency, because I'm not my best self. I'm trying to get my kids in bed and I'm super tired. So
yeah,
I do have a pretty strong boundary with that. And same with my weekends feel a little different. Like I don't take meetings on Sundays, but I like doing administrative work on Sundays and kind of preparing for the week. But I don't work much at all on Fridays, and I have a pretty strong boundary of not working on Saturdays. But Fridays I might jump in if there's something urgent.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, if something blows up, if Slack starts blowing up, I'll say to Cameron, I need to step out and take care of this. And luckily I have a partner who's really understanding and will just take over immediately. And that goes both ways, because he's in a job that has frequent blowing up situations.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. It never doesn't take over though, Josh.
Yeah. Josh, thanks for these questions. I think it's an important conversation. It's a practice, right? It's never a place of perfection. It's always just learning and practicing and prioritizing our own health. And I try to give myself that reminder fairly often that these items will be here on Monday. They will be here the next Monday. They will keep being here, and whether I overwork myself or not. And so might as well be also a good role model for our team of holistic healthcare providers who, I'm trying to create an environment where people are not overworked and who really do have those boundaries. So I really try to model that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can't, I think probably understanding that working from a place of burnout does nothing for anybody.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, it's the age-old concept, but I think we have to be reminded over and over again that our employees and our kiddos and our spouses and partners, everyone's better off, including ourselves, if we just pause and take care of ourselves.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Kendall, are you still planning on a substantial amount of time off this year?
Oh, thank you for asking. I am. So, listeners, I'm going to Costa Rica.
I'm so happy about this.
I'm going to go attend a retreat. I think I realized the last retreat that we hosted, I had this epiphany that I've been hosting some retreats and I haven't been attending any for myself as an attendee. So I'm really excited. I'm going to go to a retreat in Costa Rica. It's a place called Blue Spirit Costa Rica. And a friend of mine, a colleague of mine, recommended it. They've been many times. I'm going to go in March for 8 days. And so I'm going to take some time off before and after. Originally, I was planning on a 4-week in a row sabbatical. And then with the change, if you listen to a previous episode, I jumped in and am as the director of our second location. And so the phase that we're at right now with the company, I think about 2 weeks or even 2.5 will be appropriate. And that feels okay. And I'm still going to go to the retreat, and I'm going to take some time before and after.
Oh, I love to hear it.
Thanks for asking.
Of course.
Yeah, we'll have to tell the listeners all about it after I get back.
Yeah, I think that the possibility of going to retreats as business owners is always something that's appealing.
Yes. Yeah, it's a privilege. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Anna, thanks for being here. Appreciate the conversation.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
See you next time.
See you. Thank you for tuning in to the Wellness Centre Creators podcast. We hope you found this episode informative and valuable.
If you enjoyed the show, please consider subscribing and leaving a rating and review. Your support helps us reach more health and wellness professionals like you.
For additional resources, show notes, and more episodes, visit our website at wellnesscentrecreators.com.
We'd love to connect with you and hear your thoughts, experiences, and questions. Feel free to reach out to us through our website or social media channels.
Once again, thank you for listening. We appreciate your dedication to providing exceptional patient care.
Join us next time as we continue exploring the world of wellness center creation. Until then, take care and keep making a difference.
Thanks for listening to the Wellness Centre Creators podcast.